Japanese names today, so I know Liam likes it when I do. I'll do the English translations as well. Don't get too caught up on the names. Judo gets really pedantic with naming throws. There's loads of judo nerds who argue about what throws what online. I am one of them. You guys don't need to worry about it, okay? But we're going to look at gripping first. So, all the throws we're going to do today are going to be right v left. So I'm going to take a right grip on Brad's collar. Brad's going to grip my collar however he wants, and then we're both going to grip the sleeve. Okay? So this is right v left. This is kind of like 60-40 in my favour, generally speaking, because most people are right-handed. If he was left-handed, it'd be 50-50. It's actually more like 60-40 in their favour because most people aren't used to fighting left-handers. Okay, so from here, all I'm going to do is just pull him round this way, pull him round this way. My right hand, when I grip the collar and I turn my thumb outwards. I want to be able to pull this tight and control his shoulder. Yeah, so I want my knuckles pretty much at his collarbone. If I'm down here too much, it'll go a bit floppy. Yeah, so I want it quite tight up here so I can move him round and move his collar around. Yeah? Okay, so just do that for now. So we're going to grip right v left like this, pull, pull, swap over, and then your partner's going to have a pull. Yeah? Okay, give it a go. Way to get into that. So a lot of the time they're going to want their right hand grip. So they're going to take a right hand grip like this. Yeah? Now I want this sleeve and I want this grip. Yeah, but I want this off. So before I do anything, I'm going to take this one off. I'm going to grip his sleeve underneath, put my hand on top, lean back slightly, and as I do, I'll push this away like this. Now, 9 times out of 10, he's now going to grab my collar with the other hand. Thank you. Okay. I grip the sleeve, hand on top, push away as I push, lean away as I push with my hand. Yeah. He grips the collar, and I can just grip over the top or underneath, whichever I prefer. Yeah. Give that a quick go, and then we'll get into the first throw. Yeah. Slightly different from Osoto Gari, right? And we're going to be attacking the back leg. So we use the same grip. So we'll start in this stance, and we can do it from outside, but if I can get inside, it's going to be a lot better. Yeah. So I've got his sleeve and I've got his collar. I'm going to reach for that far leg. Yeah. But as I do, I'm going to turn my palm back in and put my palm against his chin, and then I'm going to pull hard on this. So he does this. Yeah. As I reach over and hook my foot in the back of his knee, I'm going to hop towards him. Okay. Hook in, pull, hop, and then you can reach the leg. Good. If you want to, you can kind of do little hops to get into it. Most people feel a bit safer just keep hopping through. Yeah, and they'll go down eventually. This sleeve is really important that you keep it tight. If I let go of this, even without him grabbing my leg, he's just going to hop away from me. Yeah? I want to be able to turn his shoulders so that he's doing this. So if he tries to hop away now, it's just not going to happen. Okay, so one last time. I've got my right hand on his collar, left hand on his sleeve, pushing my palm into his chin, and pulling on the sleeve. I want to pull it around this area. It doesn't really matter where, as long as we're not pulling it up. Keep it quite low. Heel in the back of his knee, pop towards him, and down to the ground. Okay? So everyone alright with that? Any questions? You're good? Talk about our timing is really, really important. My timing's rubbish, so I use my grips to make the timing not matter quite so much. So back to this grip, I really want to be inside of this one rather than on the outside. We'll talk about what to do on the outside next. But I'm going to be on the inside, I'm going to pull him through, and he's going to plant his foot. So it's too late for me to do my sweep, but it's not. Okay, so I'm going to fold my elbow into his solar plex here, step in, and then I'm going to push this hand back as I sweep the foot. Okay, do it a bit quicker. So if you can get, what we're trying to do is get them to rock back on their heel. So just here, he's starting to rock back. as he starts to go here and his toes come off the ground, it's really easy for me to just knock that foot away. Okay? So we're in this same position. We're sort of turning in the same as we did before. Okay, but we've just pulled his leg forward this time instead. Here, yeah? So my palm's still pressing against his chin. I've still got this quite tight until I go for my reap, and then I sort of push it away. Sort of a tight push and then pull again. So I try and do it nice and slow. So I pulled it tight, I step in, I push, and as my foot hits the back of his foot, then I pull. Okay, so it's kind of like this. Any questions? Give it a go? Yeah. The beauty of foot sweeps is you can chain them together really nicely and you can keep stabbing with them. Doesn't matter if you get them or not. So we're going to go back to Osoto now, but I'm going to bring him forward still for the Kouchi, and then he's just going to step off it, and then I'm just going to come in for the Osoto and through. It doesn't even matter if you don't connect with him. You know, like if I pull him and he takes a tiny little step and I completely miss, yeah, I can still come in for this. It's just about making sure that you're sort of moving around, you know. So this time we're going to pull, step in, he's going to step off it, and then from here I'm just going to back step in, keep my hands where they are so my hands haven't moved, hook my foot in and start to hop again. So off the pull, my hands are already in the position I want them in. So when I come in for the trip, I completely miss it, back step in again, hook and hop. Have a quick go at that? Yeah. Any questions? Feel good with that? From this inside grip, where our partner grips on the outside like this. But quite often they'll stop us getting this, particularly if they've got their grip first. They'll bend their elbow, they'll be sort of bullying you like you want to bully them, so we'll come over the top like this. I'm going to lean on his elbow, right, and almost like squeeze his elbow and wrist together. Yeah. So I'm really kind of like tying him up, making it so he can't really turn in, so he can't really do much. And then what I'm going to do is pop my arm out like this and flick his gi over the top of his shoulder. As I do that, I'm going to back step here, lift this hand in the air, and then just Kosoto this back foot. Okay. This is Kosoto Gari. No, I won't talk about that. It's in the judo class. Okay, so we're going to lean on this elbow and pin, and almost pin his wrist to his elbow. But I'm not standing here and bringing his wrist up. I'm keeping his wrist down and pushing his elbow towards it. And then as I step in here, I pop up, through, and down. So with the wrist, with the sleeve hand, as I step through, I keep it low until I'm ready for that pop, and then it comes high. Yeah. Okay. And then the trip at the end should come nice and easy. Okay. So one last time. Bullying him like this. Got my right leg forward. He's got his left leg forward. Pop it out. Take the trip. Any questions? All happy? Right. So I can't reach it. Yeah. I've got this collar in here. But I can still go for this trip, okay? So I can still step through and pull him down without that hand. Sometimes, this obviously isn't going to hit as well as if you've got the sleeve. But if you can't get this sleeve and you go for this and he steps off it, the sleeve comes towards you. Yeah, so you can step off and I can grab the sleeve. Or you can not step off and I can take him down. When you lift the foot, because you probably have to lift your foot quite a bit higher with this one, bring your foot in, lift it over, and scoop it in the air. You don't need to keep your foot perfectly straight. You can kind of like bend it up. So you sort of get in here, lift. You push down with one and lift up with the other. Okay? Just have a real quick go at that. Try this step off and grab the sleeve as well. So we'll look at Hiza Guruma now off this same outside collar. So we were talking about the Kouchi, so when we pulled through, we went for the Kouchi and we were going on the inside here. But this time, he's not going to let me get the inside, I'm on the outside. I could still go for the Kouchi, it could still come off, but he's got a bit more resistance on me. So this time I'm going to pull through here, but then I'm going to take another step to the side and pull him on the other side. But as I pull him on the other side, I'm going to catch his foot. Okay? I'm going to lift this high and flare my elbow and pull my hand out this way. Okay, so if we go back, so I pull in, pull, then as I step through, I lift this up high and I stop him as he takes a step. So I don't let him take a full step. Yeah? Step. Pull, step. Sometimes you get both feet, sometimes you won't. So, as long as they hit the floor. So, pull. Then as I take this step out to the side, so I sort of like, with my feet, I take a step, and then I just touch my foot down before stepping across. Yeah? So I step back, touch down, and stick my leg out as I pull him around. Big circle. So Hiza Guruma is knee wheel. So you want a big wheel, and then your foot blocks just below the knee. Should be blocking with sort of this part of your foot here, and it wants to be in the top half of their shin ideally. As long as you don't go above the knee, it shouldn't be too bad. Okay. Still got that? Or sweeping someone, they're really off balance. It's really hard for them to get an attack in whilst you're just banging in these foot sweeps. They're stumbling around. Yeah? So when you start chaining these together, really think about just bullying your opponent with this forearm. Yeah? Because while I've got this, he's probably not even going to want to turn in for much. Especially once I start bringing the wrist into it and doing things like this. He's stepping off, turning him in for other throws, whatever it might be. Yeah, it even makes it difficult. For him to pull guard. So if I've got my foot here, as Brad goes to pull guard on me, he's just going to end up sat at the side of me. And this back step works really well. So if Brad goes to pull guard on me and I've got the dominant grip, so whenever you're ready, yeah, my foot is already in that Kouchi position, and I'm just taking that back step through. And if you're trying to hit these, regardless of what's happening, you don't even really have to time it for them pulling guard, because there's a good chance you're going to hit it when they try to do it anyway. Yeah? I think that's it. I think that's everything. It's 7:31, so...
Nice.